All right, now to our first marquee matchup. Do it.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
I love when you do that. Bears, what?
Bears.
At Minnesota. 6 and
Oh,
7 versus
oh
6 and
goodness.
7. Your boy threw it all back on.
No.
We're back in once again. Here's what needs to happen for the Chicago Bears. You got the Vikings, must win. Whoever
Yep.
wins this game bounces the other team out of the playoff picture.
Yep.
Right now, both in the hunt. Vikings beat the Bears at home in Chicago last time they played them. Bears play the Vikings. Let's say win. Need it. Mitch Trubisky playing out of his mind right now. Last 2 weeks. They beat Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. No fans. They go to Jacksonville. You get a win there. You go to the end of the year playing Green Bay. Let's say they lose. You're battling with the Arizona Cardinals, who have the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Rams on the schedule. Bears win 2. Cardinals lose 2. A lot of discussion.
A lot of discussions. I don't know who has the tiebreaker. I just don't.
No, I'm sorry. Cardinals lose 2, Bears are in. If they both win 2 and lose 1, I believe it's the Cardinals. I could be wrong, though. You want to standings check that?
Yeah, I will standings check that. I want to say that maybe does it go to conference record or division record? So here's the kicker. Here's the kicker for the Bears. I don't know it.
I could talk. You could look it up. So I'm going to talk
No, I got a
about
chance.
I'm going to talk about Mitch Trubisky while you're looking that up.
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky played against Deshaun Watson. I said it in the fantasy show. Absolutely exploded. Made Deshaun Watson look, not him personally, but that defense made him look terrible. But Mitch Trubisky got sat for Nick Foles. He comes back a completely different player. He's throwing sidearm passes to Cole Kmet. He's driving down the field. They scored 30 points and a half. Well, I don't know. Remember last time I seen that, Dave Montgomery explodes first play of the game for an 80-yard touchdown. But again, the Bears are going to do this to me. They're going to look really good against the horrible, horrible Texans. And if this season comes down to Green Bay and the Green Bay Packers do it to us again, it'll just be, I'll be just absolutely crushed again. And I'm just waiting for Aaron Rodgers to leave the NFL at that point. But I don't know if I could wash what they did against the Lions or what they did against the Saints. It just hurts going, you lose. You've lost every game since October 18th. You get your first win. You start off 5-1. This season's been an absolute roller coaster is my point. And I truly feel like they're going to win this game and they're going to beat the Jags. And you're going to be playing for Arizona, which you could have controlled your own destiny if you beat the Lions when you had them up the whole time and beat the Saints. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're going 9-7 and maybe missing the playoffs.
That's where you're at. You, your dad, Joey, Drew, you guys are like Michael Scott when he just goes, I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yep.
Ready to be hurt again. You were off the bandwagon, playing for a draft pick, one win, you're like, I'm here. I'm ready to be hurt again. Let's do it.
You know what sucks is watching that Texans game, I wasn't really up and excited, but it was a good win. And then I see the Vikings lose, and I'm like, don't do this to me.
Oh,
if the Cardinals would have lost, Nate, there would have been mayhem in Chicago.
Mayhem. By the way, that standings check, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
They both finish 8-8. I don't know. So Cardinals are at 2-2.
It would had to go to NFC wins, right? Which the Bears.
Would it go to NFC wins or divisional record? And that's what I don't know.
Okay, well, both.
Because right now the Bears are behind in divisional record, but obviously each have 2 divisional games left. Opportunity to make that up.
But here's another thing: if the Cardinals lose 2 and the Bears win 2, then it's a wrap.
Yeah.
They'll get in at what? Yeah, they get in at 8-8. That's crazy. All right, so let's talk about the Vikings for a second. So they go on that run.
Yeah,
they go and lose last week. That's what I've been waiting for with Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. They do it every year where they start off so bad and then they get hot. But I honestly think the way the Bears played last week, putting up 30 points and absolutely embarrassing the Texans, I think they got a chip on their shoulder. I think they're playing for something. But again, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because you still got Matt Nagy calling plays.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this one.
Because you're an
The
NFC
Vikings
North guy. You
blew it.
see both of them.
Yeah, I see both of them plenty. I am an NFC North guy. And, like every year, we got the Packers leading the way. We got the Vikings and Bears battling it out for a wild card, and the Lions, well, they're the Lions. So we're just kind of hanging out watching it all happen.
They had a chance to stick in if they somehow beat the Packers. They had a chance.
They did. Oh, they did. They've had a couple chances. Thanksgiving Day was a big one that they lost to the Texans. What about if they beat the Bears? What if DeAndre Swift catches the ball in week 1?
Then you're talking about them being in the playoffs. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. NFL it's a wild ride for 16 games. I tell you that much.
You get into the playoffs, so anything can happen. I mean, you got the Giants went 9-7,
Yes.
beat the undefeated
Yes.
Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
So that's enough for the first marquee game, Nate.